for creating a state-of-the-art crime lab. This is really a state-of-the-art crime lab that is equipped with cutting-edge technology that meets new standards for forensic science and enhances the ability of the Denver Police Department to quickly solve and investigate crimes. Our next award this evening goes to the Denver Crime Laboratory. Upon the passage of Denver's Better Bond program in 2007, $36 million was set aside to transform a vacant parking lot in downtown's Golden Triangle neighborhood into a 60,000 square foot state-of-the-art crime lab.
We were in the 6th floor of the police building since the late 1970s, and at that time things were deteriorating quickly in terms of its ability to run a crime lab. And given that we were accredited at the top standards in the world, we really needed a facility that was going to be up to the task moving forward.
The new facility enabled the Denver Crime Laboratory Bureau to relocate their headquarters from the Police Administration Building to a fully functioning laboratory conveniently located next door.
It's near police headquarters and those detectives that the lab needs to work with. It's also near the property bureau where the evidence is stored, and that is critical. And then everybody that works here ends up testifying in court, so they're across the street from the courthouse. So it is pivotal that this building be in downtown.
So this crime lab is responsible for everything from the crime scene to the courtrooms.
Construction of the Denver Crime Lab began in March of 2011 and was completed in June of last year. Impressively, the project stuck to an aggressive 14-month timeline and came in more than $1 million under budget.
This is actually a world-class crime lab. I hear conversations from police chiefs from across the country about our crime lab. Some of the really progressive things that they're doing. There are people from around the world that has actually come and look at our lab and look at the work that the experts over there are doing. So, I mean, there are plenty of kudos that goes to the lab, and the word is out around the country and around the world as it relates to what's going on in the crime lab in Denver.
The LEED Gold certified Denver Crime Laboratory is the product of a step-by-step collaboration between contractors and city government, including Denver Public Works, the Denver Police Department, and the District Attorney's Office.
But the amazing thing was the collaboration between the designers, the builders, and the forensic scientists that work here. This is a custom building. It is built to be efficient and effective by the people that work here, with the assistance of J.E. Dunn and all the experts that help get this building built.
The city challenged us anyway to be able to meet LEED Silver certification for the project. So the team took that challenge very seriously, and the entire project team worked very collaboratively and ultimately exceeded the requirement of LEED Silver and delivered a building with a LEED Gold certification.
For many, the new crime lab is a symbol for justice and Denver's commitment to bring timely closure for victims of crime.
Our goal is to continue to focus on prevention as a police department, and I will tell you that the crime lab plays a critical part in doing that.
When you have the investigative capabilities that this laboratory affords, it allows the police department to react very quickly to major incidents, to serious crimes or serious public safety matters that in other places they'd have to rely on a separate agency that may not react as quick as we can.
It is really good to see that such a hardworking, committed group as the Crime Lab employees are get the tools and resources they need in continuing to lead successfully, not just regionally, but nationally in the forensic science field.
So we have staff almost 24 hours a day, and when anything serious happens in Denver, our people are there. And I think that the citizens should be comfortable in the fact that they have the best people, the best facility now, and the best culture to investigate crimes using forensic science. And I think that's something that Denver's a world leader in, and again, I think that's something the mayor, the chief, and the people of Denver should be very proud of.
You know, you wish you didn't have to have it, but you do in this day and age, and we are very lucky to have this facility. Please welcome Chief of Police Robert White, Denver DA Mitch Morrissey, Joel Pinnock from J.E. Dunn, and Dr. Gregory LaBerge and Mark Olin from the Crime Lab themselves. And presenting the award, Elbra Wedgeworth, Chairwoman-elect of the Downtown Denver Partnership.
Good evening. This is truly an honor. And Greg, I have to tell you, you actually swallowed some evidence, and the crime lab is going to have to do a analysis of your entire body so we can retrieve the evidence. And thanks to the citizens voting for this lab, we have the ability of doing that. This has truly been a collaborative effort. I want to acknowledge Dr. Greg LaBerge, who's director of our crime lab, and Mitch Morrissey, the director, the DA. They've been the foot soldiers who spent an inordinate amount of time talking to various community groups, talking to the mayor and the council, convincing them and speaking to the importance of building this lab. I certainly want to thank and acknowledge the mayor and the council for having the commitment and the understanding the importance of building the lab. And I want to thank you, the citizens, for, once it was placed on the ballot, for the willingness to vote for it. And of course, J.E. Dunn. They built a beautiful building, as you saw, but not only is it a beautiful building, it will ultimately bring closure to victims of crime more expeditiously, and justice will be done. Thank you very much.
I get a chance to say a few words, and to quote my son, this is totally cool. It is a great night for us. I want to thank the Downtown Denver Partnership. I want to thank the voters of Denver who passed this bond initiative in 2007. And I want to thank J.E. Dunn. They were phenomenal to work with throughout the process, and they became part of our team, part of the vision that we had. About 9 years ago, there were two of us in this city that sat down and said Denver has a crime lab, and a lot of people didn't know that, but they deserve better. And that was Dr. LaBerge and myself. And we worked for 9 years to get this vision accomplished. And we were able, through a lot of hard work and getting a lot of you involved, to get our vision going. And if it wasn't for his enthusiasm, if it wasn't for his leadership, if it wasn't for his assistant, Mark Olin, who did the day-to-day supervision to make sure that J.E. Dunn was working and was part of the team, we would never have come in over $1 million under budget. I'm proud of these guys. It was great to work with them. And you know, isn't it wonderful when a plan comes together? Thank you all for this award.